Hi, welcome to DH Squared. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. It would really help me out a lot. In any case, today I want to go ahead and show you a little bit how the AMS2 system works for your Bambu printer. So this is the AMS2 system, and here is my Bambu printer. So you oftentimes see the AMS sitting on top of the Bambu printer. In my case, I don't have the room for that, so I have it on the side. There's plenty of space for you to do that, so if this is a configuration that you're thinking about, it is definitely doable to have it on the side. Now inside the AMS, there's room for 4 spools. I currently only have 3 spools in mine, but one of the neat things is if you're using Bambu filament, it's going to automatically detect which filament you have in which spot. In this case, I am not. I'm using Sunlu. I found it to be much more affordable, get it much quicker on Amazon when I need it. So I have to manually go in and enter which filaments I have, and I can show you that in a bit. But in any case, I'm going to get a print going here, and I'm going to show you basically kind of how this thing operates, how it pulls the different filaments in on a multicolored print. So this is the multicolored print that I'm going to be doing. It's just basically a coaster. It has 3 different colors, white, black, and orange. And that's what I have loaded into the AMS. So I'm going to just show you kind of how that thing works when it's going through pulling in the different materials, just so you can kind of see, get a feel for how this thing operates. So here it is, pulling in the orange filament in once the temperature on the unit itself got up to temperature, the hot end and the bed, and it went ahead and pulled the orange filament in first. And normally I wouldn't have this lid open on here, but it's a little bit easier for you to see what's going on inside when the lid is open. So for this print, I'm going to be running it with the lid open. Now what it's currently doing is it's purging some of the old material out, so you can see that back there, because it's switched now for this print to the orange. So first it needs to do a purge. Okay, so it just went ahead and it printed the little strip here, the little purge strip, and now you can see it's printing the orange material for the first layer. And you can see that it pulls it in from here, and you can just see it pulling every now and again when it needs material. So once it gets through printing this whole first layer of orange, it's going to go ahead and switch to the next color. Okay, and it's going to be finishing up with the orange here shortly. And then you can see it goes to the back, comes up to the front, and it cuts off the filament. Inside there's a cutter. Then it goes and it's going to pull the filament back out. You can kind of see it on the tube. You can see it just coming right out of the tube there. And you can see it re-spooling down here. Now you can see the black feeding in. And you'll see that coming up through the tube here shortly. And once that's in, it will go ahead and it'll purge the orange out of the system. So you can see that back there, it's purging. Sorry if the focus is off a little. But you can see now black is starting to come out. So it needs to properly purge out the old color so you don't get any blending of colors. So once that's done purging, it's going to clean the nozzle off. And it's going to start printing the black. Now every layer, it needs to change colors. It can't print all the orange and then go and print all the white and then all the black. It has to change at every layer. Oh, we got a little bit of a problem there. You see that? A little bit of waste there. I'm going to reach in there and get that out of there. more than likely it would have pushed it out of the way. But in any case, like I said, this has to do it layer by layer. So there's a lot of purging of material in between, and you're going to want to try to print as many objects as you can per on your plate. If you're just printing one part and you have a lot of material changes, you're going to most likely have more waste than you are material in your product. Whereas here I'm doing 4 because that's how many fit on this bed. So it just seems to make the most sense to do that. So once the black is done, it'll retract and it'll go to the white. Now one thing you can notice is all the text and all the image and everything is backwards. And that's because I print these face down, because then you get a real nice surface finish on the front of it, and you get kind of that 3D printed line look on the back of it, which I don't care about the back of it. So when you print them face down on this nice textured plate, it ends up turning out really nice. Okay, now that the black is done, it's going to go ahead and cut off the filament. It's going to retract it. You'll see it in the tube again. Saw it come out of the tube. And you can see it winding back up on the black spool. And then it's going to feed in the white. And once it feeds in the white, it's going to repeat that same process that it did with the black. Another thing I want to point out is not only does it purge back in the back corner like that, like it's doing right now, but then it also builds a little tower. You can see that little feature there in the middle of these 4 round features. And I think it just does that to just pass some more of the filament through the nozzle and get it kind of primed for printing properly before it starts printing the part. So you can see it making a few passes of white there, and it'll just do that every time it changes colors. Now another thing you might notice is that having a lot of layer changes or color changes on each layer, it significantly adds a lot of time to the process of printing your parts. There's a lot of wasted time and a lot of wasted material. So you're going to want to just keep that in mind when you're doing these. Now on a part like this, this image does not go all the way through. The entire part, I think, might be 10 layers thick. The color is only, I think, 3 layers thick. And then the whole back of it, the rest of it, will just be filled in with white. So this process is only going to take place for 3 layers. And then after that, it'll be a single colored layers from then on out. So, so even though this is a little painful for the first few layers, it is not afterwards when you're doing images like these. Now you can see it filling in these parts with the white material. And that's really about it. It's just going to keep repeating this process until it's done. I hope this helps you understand a little bit more about how this AMS works and how it's able to pull the materials in and kind of what that process looks like. Before I bought this, I didn't know exactly how that worked, but now it's a lot more clear to me, and I just wanted to have this little video to show you, how this AMS system works. I think it's really great how it works. It's the best you can do with a single nozzle printer. I don't know if there's much more, anything much better than this that you could do. So anyway, that's that. Stick around for future videos. Please subscribe, because I'm going to show another video on this AMS2, which shows how you can dry your filament, because that's one of the features that this AMS2 has, is it has filament drying capabilities. So my next video is going to show more about how that works and how you do that. So thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.